Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about a new board game I picked up last week called Gobblet, as you can see here. What I want to make sure I talk about today are the game itself and how it plays and so forth, and then the other thing is the specific edition of the game and how it compares in terms of fit and finish and quality and that type of thing. So let's start with how the game is played. So by the way, this is the classic edition. So this top panel here slides off, and if you flip it over, there's a 4x4 game board, which will either fit back on top of the box, or didn't really do that right, or I can just set it on the ground, it doesn't matter. And then inside what you'll see is each color has 3 stacks of game pieces here, and they kind of nest inside each other. There's four pieces per stack on each side, and then there's the rule book down here, you can kind of see. And basically what this is kind of like a glorified version of tic-tac-toe or Connect 4 or something, where the object is to get 4 of your own color in a row on the game board. So you take turns, and there's 3 types of moves you can do on your turn. The first one is you can pull a piece off of one of your stacks and place it on the board. The second option is I can move a piece that's already on the board of mine to another spot. And the third option is I can move a piece to cover up another piece. So there's 3 different moves you can make, which makes it a little bit more tactical than your typical version of tic-tac-toe, because there's multiple move types, and it's also 4x4. So you'll find as you start playing this that there's a lot more strategy to it than you may have anticipated. I know I lost my first couple of games to friends who had also never played it because it wasn't as straightforward as you'd think to play. So it's a pretty fun game, I gotta say. This is one that I'll probably want to grab if I'm going to a friend's house or a game night or something, because there's my dryer, sorry. Any 2 people can pick this up and learn it within like about 10 seconds and start playing it. So it's kind of like, it's tactical like chess, but it's also more simple and accessible to anybody that may not be that hardcore. So a good game. I've only had about 5 games of it so far, but I've been enjoying it, and it's a little bit more complicated than I had anticipated, so that's good. Not complicated, but there's a lot more strategy than I thought. Now this particular version I picked up on Amazon last week. This is the classic edition, and they were showing it off in their gold box or whatever. And in the pictures online, I thought it looked really nice, and it is really nice. Everything's made out of wood here, and it's got some nice dark colors. But when I bought it, I thought this might be something that I'd want to leave out on a coffee table or something like that, because it looks good and it would be real easy to pick up and play with anybody who maybe was stopping by my place. I have some concerns about that now that I've seen it in person. The first one is the pieces itself are pretty thin. I don't know if you can see them at all there, but these are like probably an 1/8 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch, and they're pretty light. And I feel like if I were to drop these too much on a hard surface, they are probably susceptible to breaking, especially some of the larger size ones. And so that's one thing. And the second thing is, this came packaged in shrink wrap with cardboard supports on the corners to prevent dinging on the corners. And right when I opened up the shrink wrap, I could smell the lacquer or whatever this finish is called, and I can actually still smell it. It's really, really strong smell of some kind of finish here, which is weird. And it also had kind of a dusty film on it that was coming off on my hands the first couple times I handled it. Kind of nasty, to be honest with you. It's just not, I guess it's still kind of a budget game. And the other thing is, I don't know if you can see it in the light or not. It's probably not going to show up, but the finish itself is definitely a little bit rough in places. Like it's a little splotchy, like they didn't sand it evenly or something like that. And there's a few dings on the edges that were there straight out of the box. I didn't drop it or anything, so it's not as beautiful as I had anticipated it to be based on the small picture on Amazon. It is a good-looking game, and it does look better than any typical plastic game. I'm just not sure it's any more durable, and I'm not sure that it's quite good enough looking to leave out as sort of a decor piece. But you get the idea. I would recommend, if you can get one for cheaper, you can get any other edition of the exact same game that may have a little bit different colors or a little bit different design on the board here. you might pick one of those up. You'll get the exact same enjoyment out of it. Either way, you're probably not going to want to leave this out on your coffee table. Or maybe you will. But some of the other editions are also made of wood and they look fine as well, so I don't see any reason why you would pick up this particular edition over any of the other ones. But so overall, good game. I recommend the game itself. I think you can pick up any edition you'd like. Just don't get your hopes set too high for the classic edition that I found on Amazon. Hope this helped. Thanks for watching.